A daring heist has shaken Paris. Thieves slipped into the city's Natural History Museum and vanished with gold worth $700,000. But this wasn't just a smash and grab. It's part of a chilling pattern of museum robberies sweeping France, leaving investigators asking who's behind this wave of cultural crime. In the hush of early morning, someone cut through glass and history. Thieves forced their way into the National Museum of Natural History's Geology and Mineralogy Gallery and walked away with native gold specimens estimated at 600,000 euros, about $700,000. Prized pieces whose value to science and heritage may be far greater than their street price. They arrived like a heist from a movie: power tools, precision, and speed. The burglars used an angle grinder and a blowtorch to breach armored displays, taking several gold and quartz specimens, including a notably rare nugget from California's Donatia mine, before vanishing into the night. The break-in was discovered later the same day by cleaning staff, leaving staff and investigators scrambling to piece together how a national collection could be stripped so cleanly. Museum officials stressed that the loss is immeasurable for research and heritage. Native gold samples carry not only monetary value, but geological and historical context that can't be replicated. One stolen specimen measured roughly 3 by 3.5 inches and had been donated by a French collector. Others are unique natural formations whose scientific worth far exceeds auction estimates. The museum pleaded publicly that any buyers or handlers not attempt to melt or alter the pieces. Doing so would destroy critical provenance and scientific information. French cultural institutions have been living through an unnerving stretch of museum robberies. Officials and press point to a string of high-profile raids in recent months, from smash-and-grab daylight thefts to sophisticated nighttime break-ins across the country, suggesting organized networks are targeting easily identifiable portable valuables. The Paris theft joins other recent losses that have alarmed curators and prosecutors alike. Authorities are investigating how the thieves overcame protections designed for national collections. Early reporting suggests the burglars may have disabled or bypassed alarm systems. Some outlets say a possible cyber element is being examined as well. Museum leaders acknowledged an urgent need to review access control, monitoring, and the digital security that increasingly intertwines with physical safeguards. For now, the museum has tightened security and appealed to the public for any information that might lead to recovery. The museum laments this inestimable loss for research and heritage, a museum spokesperson said, calling the robbery a critical time for cultural institutions. Investigators, meanwhile, have opened a criminal inquiry and are combing CCTV, forensic traces left at the scene, and intelligence on cross-border art and antiques trafficking. Police have not released suspect descriptions. Experts caution that stolen museum gold is particularly vulnerable. Unlike famous canvases, raw gold specimens can be melted or split, erasing provenance and making recovery difficult. That reality raises a grim possibility: either a collector who prizes the piece's rarity or a criminal network that will render it unrecognizable for resale. The museum's public appeal emphasized the scientific data tied to each specimen. Once altered, that data is lost forever. This burglary underlines a broader cultural cost. Museums don't merely store beautiful things, they preserve the threads of science, history, and identity that inform future research and public education. When unique specimens vanish, so does a portion of the shared record. The theft also forces a wider conversation over how institutions can protect fragile collections without turning galleries into fortresses that deter public access. Police ask anyone with video, dashcam footage, or suspicious online offers for unusual mineral specimens to come forward. Tips can be crucial. Many museum recovery stories hinge on a passerby spotting an unusual object for sale, a shipping notice, or a pawn shop transaction that didn't add up.
The museum and authorities reiterated they will pursue all leads and urged restraint. Do not attempt to confront suspects. A professional targeted theft has stripped France of unique natural treasures, pieces that belong to researchers and the public more than to a ledger of value. As investigators race to trace the trail of angle grinder cuts and torch marks, museums across Europe face a stark question: how to keep history accessible and safe in an era of increasingly bold cultural crime.